Hello everyone, welcome back to This Day in Weather. If you're just joining this channel, this is where you can learn about weather events that occurred in the United States on the date the video was posted in years past. Today is July 19th. On this day in 1950, an F3 tornado hit southeastern Lima, Ohio, as well as Beaver Dam, which is 10 miles northeast of Lima. No fatalities, but 30 people were injured, 3 homes were destroyed, 300 other homes, as well as a drive-in theater, and 3 industrial plants were damaged. On this day in 1978, the longest-lived hurricane of the 1978 Pacific hurricane season, Hurricane Fico, which formed on July 9th and became extratropical on July 28th before dissipating on July 31st, passed to the south of Hawaii as a Category 3 hurricane. While it didn't make landfall in any of the islands, it did bring heavy surf to the Big Island. On this day in 1997, Hurricane Danny made landfall near Mullet Point, Alabama as an 80-mile-per-hour Category 1 hurricane. This is the only hurricane to make landfall in the United States during the 1997 Atlantic hurricane season. It first formed on July 16th and strengthened into a hurricane after reaching the coastal waters off Mississippi on the night of the 18th and reached peak winds at 80 miles per hour early on the 19th. After landfall, the storm rapidly weakened as it continued northward and became a tropical depression by the 20th and moved through Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, and North Carolina, maintaining a well-defined cloud signature. Due to a front behind the system, it strengthened into a tropical storm over North Carolina. It then entered the Atlantic Ocean north of the North Carolina-Virginia border near Virginia Beach, Virginia, where it reached secondary peak winds of 60 miles per hour and continued rapidly northeastward towards the waters of the Atlantic. A strong mid to upper level cyclone turned Danny northward, threatening Massachusetts. It stalled while just 30 miles southeast of Nantucket, Massachusetts, turned to the east out to sea, and became extratropical later that day. There were 9 fatalities from the storm and $100 million 1997 United States dollars in damage, which in 2025 United States dollars equates to almost $200.29 million. On this day in 2006, while St. Louis was in the midst of a heat wave, a derecho impacted a Major League Baseball game between the Atlanta Braves and the St. Louis Cardinals at the then New Busch Stadium with a sellout crowd of close to 44,000 fans. Winds of about 80 miles per hour blew around the St. Louis area, sending fans running for shelter. The winds knocked out power and broke windows out of the press box. 30 people were injured at the stadium. Around 6 p.m., roughly an hour before the game was scheduled to start, which was 7:15 p.m., it was sunny and 100 degrees. Before clouds moved in at 6:55 p.m., 20 minutes before the scheduled first pitch. At 7:12 p.m., just 3 minutes away from first pitch, the skies darkened and the derecho came, starting with those winds, then a rainstorm. At 7:30 p.m., the sky was night dark. At that time in mid-July in St. Louis, the sun should still be shining brightly. The storm caused the game to start at 9:25 p.m., 2 hours and 10 minutes late. The game ended up finishing at midnight that night, and the Cardinals beat the Braves 8-3. The derecho caused 570,000 people to lose power, which made it the largest power outage in the history of St. Louis. On this day in 2018, a tornado outbreak hit the upper Midwest, with Iowa being hit the hardest. The eastern side of Pella, Iowa was hit by an EF3, causing major damage to the Vermeer Company facility, where 13 people were injured. Another EF3 caused major damage in Marshalltown, Iowa, injuring 22 people. One other was injured during cleanup. There was a total of 32 tornadoes, with the aforementioned EF3s being the strongest. All 37 injuries came from those 2 tornadoes. There were no direct fatalities, but there were 17 indirect fatalities from the outbreak. Damage was almost $321.4 million 2018 United States dollars, which equates to over $411.25 million in 2025 United States dollars. That will close up this edition of This Day in Weather, but be sure to stay tuned in because whenever there's a new video, you will learn about weather events that occurred in the United States on the date the video was posted in years past. Please hit the thumbs up button to like this video. Please hit the subscribe button to be sure to never miss a new video. If you're just joining this channel, please check out all the other videos that have been posted on this channel. And please check out my Patreon at patreon.com/c/thisdayinweather for more content.